Let me just say this. To the makers of Funimation, the guys that do Dragon Ball, we're not stupid. You don't have to keep repeating things that are going on 5 or 6 times in a movie. Let me just get that out there. Okay? Dragon Ball Super Broly the movie is very 50-50. The story was weak. And I mean weak. It was okay in some points, but it was weak. It took way too long to get to the fight. And when the fight happened, it was so back and forth. It was very fast-paced, great visuals. I love those parts. Everything was good. All the characters were fine. Broly is a badass, by the way, and I look forward to seeing what they'll do with him in the future. But they've got to do something better, man, because this movie was what I feared the story was going to do. It lagged. It does what most Dragon Ball shows do. It's a filler. The beginning was great. I like the beginning. I love the whole destruction of Planet Vegeta. I love them showing their whole storyline. I love that. That was good. I loved seeing Kakarot, Goku. I love seeing Prince Vegeta. I love seeing Goku's brother. I love seeing Baby Broly. I love that whole dynamic. That was okay. Where it lags is when they start getting into the middle, and it starts getting very predictable. Which it's Dragon Ball, it's going to be predictable, and Dragon Ball's known for having filler things. But this is where I'm a little disappointed. It didn't feel like there were really any high stakes in this movie. I know it's a limited release. It's supposed to, just be a standard Dragon Ball movie. But if you're going to do a Dragon Ball movie, you got to do a little bit better. The fight was fine. The fight was probably the best part of the movie. And this is a spoiler alert. I'm going to start getting into it. In order to actually challenge Broly, who was a mega badass in this, he kept growing, kept getting stronger. He got just as strong as Vegeta and Goku, in their black form, in their god forms. And they actually had to use the fusion technique and become Gogeta to defeat him, which I thought is okay. They try to add comedy into it, and it's fine. But man, I was a little let down by this one. I love Dragon Ball Z. I love Dragon Ball Super. Don't get me wrong. This one, if you want to have a good time, then you're gonna have a good time with this. They basically turn Goku into Loki at one point. They did a Hulk move. They just took stuff from the Hulk and the Avengers and stuff. Like I said, the fighting is good. The fighting's fun to watch. If I had brought my little cousin, whom you guys saw in the Star Wars video, he would have loved this movie, because they marketed it towards kids, but they don't realize the theater I was in was grown freaking adults that have been watching this since day one. I didn't see but maybe 1 or 2 kids in this show. Everybody else, teenagers, 20-year-olds, college kids, even adults, man. I had a couple friends in here. They said the same thing I'm telling you now. It was a little bit of a letdown, but I'm okay. I'm okay with it. Would I watch it again? Oh yeah, definitely. It had some pretty epic moments in it. I love, like I said, I love the beginning, the destruction of Planet Vegeta. I finally get to see that. I haven't really saw that at all. I like the end, like the fight. The fight's okay. It's kind of a moment where you wait, one of my friends mentioned to me, you wait till you saw some of the fight clips come out on YouTube. But it was such a limited release, we decided to go tonight. And, I had a good time, definitely. But what am I going to give Dragon Ball Super Broly, the movie, out of 10? I know critics are giving it a high praise. That's because Japanese animes tend to do well. I am actually going to give it... I'm going to give it a 6. A 6 out of 10. Because I feel that they could have done a lot more with the story. I felt it was a little too short. And I felt that they could have had much higher stakes. Now, like I said, this is the Broly movie. I love Broly. Broly's awesome to me. They just underutilized him so much in this film. Like keeping him on a leash, I don't like that. Like, they turned him loose, and you've seen how devastating he is. Now, I do enjoy at the end when Goku comes and tries to make friends with him, knowing that they're going to need his help in the future. But this is where I've got to draw the line here. If you're going to need Broly's help, you've got to have one hell of a villain. And I mean one hell of a villain to call on Broly, because Broly took Vegeta and Goku apart. And he took Frieza apart. I mean, it took the fusion technique in order to defeat this guy. This guy is stronger than anybody on this show right now. And they really underutilized him. So, anyway, that's my review on Dragon Ball Super, the Broly movie. It was fine. It wasn't bad. But it could have been way a lot better. I mean, I'm not really critical about animes. I mean, I'm a big My Hero Academia fan as well. But, you know, I think they could have done a lot better with this one. The animation was beautiful. The colors were great. When you're watching the fight, you feel like you're in the theater. You feel the spectacularness of the fight. It's very fast paced, so you got to keep your eyes open. If you blink, you're going to miss shit. Like I said, 6 out of 10. The fight made for the 6. I would have, if the fight wasn't good, I would have gave it a 3 out of 10. I did not like the story lagging the way it did. I mean, I thought the origin story for Broly is okay. It lagged, and you could tell there were some pieces missing. So if they took that lag away and added those pieces, this would have been a far better film. But like I said, it's a Japanese anime. It's going to do that stuff. I'm looking forward to the next one. I mean, I try a different one, so... Like I said, 6 out of 10, Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. What's your opinion? I want to hear in the comments below what your opinion is. I want to get people to start leaving comments on what your opinion was of this movie. I thought it was okay. I don't know. I was a little disappointed when I came out of there. You know, I was shaking my head a little bit. I was like, Jesus, what did I just watch? Like I said, the fight's the reason to go. It is. It's definitely the reason to go. If you're going for the story, do not go. Do not go. It's something you can wait for. All right. Peace out, guys. I will see you on the next review.